The room is relationships. The room is you and me and everyone in America.
What are you talking about?
The room is different cookie cutter from Hollywood.
Yeah, man, you never know. People are very strange these days.
What's going on?
Welcome to The Room Minute.
The podcast where we get obsessed with the cinematic classic The Room.
1 minute at a time.
You have no idea what kind of trouble you're in here, do you?
Why are you so hysterical?
We always wanted people to actually talk about it.
I did not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Allison.
Hi, Rob.
Oh, hi, listeners. We're here to talk about minute 21 of The Room, in which Mark puts the sex behind him and Johnny visits a flower shop.
So.
Oh, hi, Walt.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
So, one thing that I don't get, I know that it has to be hard to write a conversation in this way, but his line here is horrible. You know, she says,
"Didn't you enjoy it?"
That's not the point.
I love you, Mark.
whatever, and he says, "You're very attractive."
You're very attractive. All right, you're beautiful.
All right.
And I'm sure that's just what every woman wants to hear after they've just cheated on their boyfriend is, a flippant, "Hey, look, you're very attractive."
Well, she just said I love you, Mark, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
I love you. Oh, you're very attractive. And we just may or may not have had sex on the staircase, and you may or may not have just ruined your back for the rest of your life. But, how does it go through a script writing? I'm sure they did some sort of read-through, wouldn't you think?
No.
Yeah. Why would you think that?
Yeah, and I stand corrected. That probably is the problem, is that they must be reading these lines cold.
That's what I thought until I read the script and tried to just read it. It's possible that they were not only reading it cold, but also the problem with the script, with the writing.
Well, and Tommy would deliberately he would get mad if people changed lines. And then you had Sandra Chiclair sitting around actively trying to change dialogue to make it better. And then Tommy would get mad. And so a lot of it is the weird way that Tommy wrote it.
Well, and not even to make it better, to make it good, because this is terrible.
Yeah, he doesn't write line. He doesn't have people say things that humans say.
His alien leaders didn't teach him that before they sent him here.
Didn't your alien leaders teach you that before they sent you here?
Yeah. Tommy is a gift from the aliens to planet Earth.
Well, here's the weird part, though. The dialogue he writes isn't even like what he says. It's not even in his own style, in his own weird style.
True.
Well, and that was what I was kind of wondering is he this awkward with women in real life? Because that's a very awkward line.
Tommy?
Yeah.
Wait.
Assuming he wrote this dialogue.
He's that awkward. Have you guys seen him live?
I've met him, yeah.
He's awkward.
He's a little weird.
Oh yeah, he's super awkward.
I watched him on a couple of YouTube videos, and he is very awkward. He's very creepy.
Make the thing, when you're rich, you don't have to be suave. Get women. It's sad but true.
But he wasn't always rich.
Wasn't he always rich?
Well, no, he had to make his money.
I thought he just came from it.
I don't think so. Although, since Roomful of Spoons isn't out and we haven't actually seen Tommy's family, I don't know. Because the documentary still isn't out there.
I know his story is that he made it.
Well, no, Sestero's story is that Tommy made his money. Tommy doesn't answer the question.
Anyway, so yeah, awkward dialogue.
Yeah. So awkward dialogue, including Lisa saying, "I know, he's your best friend."
I know.
Which, 2 notes on that.
He's your best friend.
In the script, she says it sarcastically, which is interesting. It's also the 3rd of 7 times we are told that he and Johnny are best friends. But it specifically says that she says it sarcastically in the script, which she does not in the movie.
No, she doesn't here.
She almost says it like she feels bad.
I was going to say, it's kind of almost sympathetic.
Yeah, like, I know, he's your best friend. Like, no.
Like, I know, I'm screwing up 3 lives here.
Mm-hmm. Yes, as her mother has already pointed out, she would be nothing without Tommy. So, yeah, her life will fall apart if this all falls apart. And then Mark says, "Hey, this will be our secret."
Hey, this will be our secret.
And we get away from the sex scene.
And the way he says it is weird because listening to it, it's almost like, "Hey, here's an idea. Let's keep this a secret."
Yeah, he just thought of it. You know, it's like, what if we don't tell Johnny?
I just banged my best friend's girlfriend and let's just keep it a secret.
Until that moment, he thought they would just have to tell Johnny about it. And he's like, wait. This is a secret.
The whole time they're having sex, he's going, man, this is going to be an awkward conversation later today. How am I going to approach this?
One interesting thing on the editing is that we see Tommy right before the scene. We see him on the cable car, right?
Mm-hmm.
Going in the opposite direction he was going at the beginning of the movie. And I was always like, is he on his way home? Like, is the editing suggesting Tommy's about to walk in on them? And so, like, maybe Mark's afraid. Tommy's gonna walk in. How do I explain this? We have our clothes almost off. We're almost having sex. It's just gonna be weird.
Yeah, that would be a little awkward. We dented your handrail on your stairs.
I don't know why they have a dented railing. Like, someone in production should have said, oh, I can fix that.
Or let's drape something over it.
Yeah. Oh, they tried to drape some people over it.
Yeah.
It didn't go well.
They had that shirt over it earlier.
Yeah, for a moment.
One of the times that it was off.
So were you prepared to get away from the sex scene?
Yes.
Can't we stay with the sex scene for another 20 minutes?
No, we'll get another one before 20 minutes are up.
Oh my god.
We get an establishing shot of, I believe this is 2nd Street in San Francisco.
And it's not too bad of a shot.
No, the establishing shots are actually quite nice, and they did them quickly. Like, it was one camera guy, Tommy and Greg, and I think it was like 3, maybe 4 people. They just set up a camera, shot something, and...
Do you think they got permits?
Oh, they did not.
Oh, you know that. Okay.
Yeah, Greg says that. He says Tommy suggested that it was different in San Francisco and they didn't need them, but then they almost got in trouble with Walt doing one of them. But like, all these shots are fairly quickly done. They set up a camera, shoot something, and move on. And they're still pretty good.
I thought that was just stock footage.
No, they shot them themselves.
Oh no, stock footage will come later when we're talking about Double Down.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And so then we get a location, anniversary flowers and gifts for all occasions. 3463 16th Street. It does not exist anymore. I believe it is a cafe in this location now. Tommy offered the 2 women who run the shop $20 for a dozen roses and permission to film. And they also got to be in the movie. There were no extras. So the woman browsing gift cards is one of the makeup artists. I don't know which one. It's either Persia Mateen or Amy Von Beck. I can't find pictures of both of them, so I don't know which one this is. And, I have a note here on Todd Barron, who was director of photography number 3, after the other 2 had already been fired or quit.
Jeez.
According to Greg Sestero, he was the most laid-back man on the crew. When they were filming the scene, Tommy told him, make sure you get this thing, details, Mr. Cameraman. I want to have these flowers also in shot, and make sure you get girl looking at cards, very important. Also, when I enter, give me a good tight close-up, the more lights the better. Todd looked through the eyepiece, and Tommy said, you are missing roses. We must have better close-up when I put sunglasses on my forehead. Todd stopped what he was doing and told Tommy, just get in the damn shot. This was the last location they filmed on the last day of production. After 4 months of filming.
This took 4 months.
And finally Todd had enough.
That is a screw you asshole, let's get this done.
Uh-huh.
You know, in my hometown they made a movie where it's kind of a vanity production. A guy came in, he had a kind of pre-made script with some pre-made jokes, and he'd plop the local town people in and put this thing together and edit it. They had a local guy do the music. I can't imagine if that movie became a huge cult hit like this, what people would say about the actors in it and the music and the editing and Tommy, I'm sure, was thinking this thing's going to be a huge hit.
Yeah.
But no one around him could have been thinking that.
No.
I don't think anyone in this movie was prepared for what happened. Well, including Tommy. Tommy. He was, making this drama that was going to be the best drama of all time.
Yeah, he wasn't prepared for it to become a, quote, black comedy, like it says on the back of the DVD box.
Yeah, he was trying to write Tennessee Williams.
Right.
And thought it would be as classic.
Well, I think that he failed horribly.
I think.
And the script is actually better than what his movie ended up being, but even the script doesn't sound great.
Did a novelization ever get made?
Oh my gosh.
I wish.
We could ask Jason from the Rocky Minute to read it for us.
Hey.
He loves novelizations.
Oh, me too.
So do I. Have you listened to my other shows, Walt?
Yes, I have. Jason has a special place in his dark heart for these. So, who did the costuming for him?
I think you're making a joke, right?
Yes. Yeah. Well, sort of, because it seems to me that it's him. Like, he had this image in his head of who he is, and that's, he wasn't even thinking about the character. Like, he's now playing him, and he wanted that hardcore gangster kind of look.
There is a great moment in the Disaster Artist movie, right before the rooftop I did not hit her scene, where he goes to get his costume, and the costume person is like, I need a photo for continuity. And he's like, no, I got it. And he just grabs a jacket, grabs some pants, like, he just puts on something from the rack. Didn't even check if it's like gonna fit him or how it fits. And he shoves a bunch of things in his pockets, cause why not? And then goes and films the scene, and without any shot for continuity, without any attempt to make sure it was something that fit him well. The suit here, I don't know if it's his suit. I mean, if you see him in real life, he wears a lot of jeans and shirts and vests, and he usually has at least 3 belts on.
Yeah.
What?
Because he thinks it makes his ass look good. He has them like crisscrossed, kind of like a cowboy thing, but without holsters and guns. And so this is better, but yeah, it's not like even though they had a costume person, they also had a set decorator, but the set decorator was like sent to buy pictures for a table, and then they just put them on the table. No one bothered to actually fix anything or make it look good. They just had things because they needed them. At one point, Tommy was told we need a line producer. He didn't know what that was. He's like, Greg will do it. And that wasn't gonna work, But if Tommy didn't know what the job entailed, he just made sure someone had the title and then just did what he did anyway.
Thank God he bought his way into the movie industry and not into something like making parachutes or
can you imagine?
airbags for cars or surgical equipment.
Now, for the scene, this is, classic The Room right here. Johnny enters the florist shop. And Johnny says hi, of course. Florist, can I help you? Johnny, yeah, can I have a dozen red roses, please? And then the joke, the line that gets a joke in the CinemaSins video, in Greg Sestero's book, in the movie of Greg Sestero's book, and a couple other places. Oh, hi, Johnny, I didn't know it was you.
Love that.
That's the best part.
That is the best line. That's fantastic. Like, what other...
The delivery, too.
Like, who do you know that looks like that?
And she even says, you're my favorite customer.
Uh-huh.
There's no way there's no way anybody else looks like they haven't washed their hair in 2 weeks, has these stupid looking glasses on, a jacket that is like 3 sizes too big, and marches in like he owns the place. Mm-hmm. And then she doesn't recognize him.
Until he takes off his glasses.
That's me.
It's the eyes.
It's after he speaks. It's after he speaks.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Can I help you? Yeah, can I have a dozen red roses? Oh, hi, Johnny. Yeah.
Well, maybe she's blind and she just had to hear his voice. And then she's like, oh, that's Johnny.
But then it's weird for her to say, I didn't know it was you, because she'd never know who it is.
That's true.
Although I also imagine that he's wearing some really strong, distinct cologne. And you would still know who it is. Tommy's here.
Your smell finally caught up with you. I now know who it is.
Even in a flower shop with all the other smells, it's like, oh, it's Johnny.
Oh,
I can smell it a block away.
It's Johnny. Oh my god. Like every scene in this movie is a disaster. This scene is the disaster of disasters. It is so screwed up.
Oh, Walt, unfortunately you won't be with us next minute, but there's some great stuff about the dog.
I know, I'm dying because I want to talk about the dog. The dog is awesome. And the dog's the best actor in the whole movie because he's playing a dog and he's convincing.
Well,
Yeah, he's the
I'll give you the short version now. Is that it wasn't until this take that we see that Tommy noticed there was a dog there.
No.
And that's all I'll say until next minute.
I can't wait to hear that minute.
Oh my goodness.
And, every time I've ever bought roses, they don't have them just sitting there on the counter. They have to go get them out of the back.
Yeah, because they got to be in like a cooler to keep them in good condition all day.
But I guess she knew Johnny was coming.
She didn't recognize him.
That's true.
Yeah, see, that doesn't fit either.
Nothing fits.
See, he called ahead, so she got the roses ready. But then she didn't know it was him.
Yeah.
She thought it was one of her other customers that looked like that.
That's who she caters to? She has a very specific clientele.
Raging douchebags?
Yeah. Who buy flowers and gifts for their girlfriends every day on the way home from work.
All my other clients come storming through the door with their greasy mane trailing behind them.
Long, black, greasy hair, and glasses, and a jacket that's 2 sizes too big. That's who she caters to.
That's what's on their billboard.
Yeah, that's their logo.
Look like a douchebag? We have flowers for you.
Yeah, see, the sign says for all occasions. In even smaller print, it says, but only occasions that involve douchebags and suits. And they're probably cheating girlfriends.
Is your girlfriend having sex with someone else? Come buy roses from us.
That's one of the occasions on the ad. The newspaper ad. Do you think your girlfriend's cheating? Come get some Alex.
For douchebags and 2-timers.
Any other notes on the contents of minute 21? Because we got some other stuff to get to.
The dog's the best part.
The dog is the best. I love that dog.
I'm just reviewing it. Can you even see the dog
in this minute?
Right at the very end, like the last 2 or 3 seconds.
Yeah, when the angle's on the floor.
Oh, okay, there we go. Right when he walks in.
He just looks like a cool dog.
He's an old
He's
dog.
too cool for this movie.
He definitely is. Is he credited?
I don't think so, no.
He was the only actor smart enough to not get his name associated with this movie.
Well, this woman isn't credited either, but she's not an actor. She's just the woman who ran the shop. So, notes from a midnight screening before we get to other business.
Notes from a midnight screening.
When Mark says, "You're very attractive, all right, you're beautiful," at least one person in the audience will say, "Lies."
Wow.
That is genius. That is great.
My next note is actually a good one for me because I'm going to say allegedly I recorded the audio of a midnight screening that I went to keep track of these notes without writing everything down. Mm-hmm. And in my recording, I'm the one who says this next note. You can only hear me. But I had been to previous ones where people said this. When she says, "I know, he's your best friend," someone's supposed to say, "He was." But in my recording, allegedly, I'm the one who says it.
That's great.
Well, maybe besides just the 18-minute edit of the movie, we also need the edit with the callbacks.
That would be good, yeah.
Oh, that would
do
be
it
great.
as
like a Mystery Science Theater 3000 version.
Right.
When he says, "Hey, this will be our secret," you get various versions of "Nope, nope, bad idea." And someone said that one time, "Then we wouldn't have a plot." So I thought that was great. And they kiss again, so we get more And when we leave the scene, we get the establishing shot of San Francisco. You always get a "meanwhile in San Francisco." Because, of course, most of the movie was filmed in LA, even though it's set in San Francisco. The rest of the notes for this minute is that when they get to the anniversary flowers, the establishing shot outside the flower shop, everyone in the audience gets really quiet, and you hear people just going shh, 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 because you have to hear this scene. And so no one does anything during this whole scene. Because this scene is perfect. It has to be enjoyed as it is.
And they are right.
You'll get a couple laughs when she says, "I didn't know it was you," but otherwise people stay quiet.
Oh my gosh. That is fantastic.
And now it is Friday, so I don't know who wants to go first. It's time to talk about bad movies worth watching.
I know it. It all sounds like some bad movie.
Bad movie of the week.
Who wants to go first?
Did we all watch different movies?
Well, I've seen the one you're going to say. I haven't seen, I don't think, the one Walt's going to say. I may have and just don't remember it.
Nobody else has seen the one I'm going to say, so.
True. And if I recommend one today, it's going to be one you've probably not even heard of.
I want to hear what Walt watched.
Okay. So Walt, go first.
Okay, so I actually saw this disaster in the movie theater when it came out. My movie is the 1982 classic Time Walker, which stars a whole bunch of people that you've never heard of. The director was a guy named Tom Kennedy, who I hope was run out of Hollywood after this. The writer was a guy named Jason Williams. Don't know what else he's done. But oh man, it's a disaster. A mummy is found in King Tut's tomb, and when they're x-raying it, it actually turns out to be an alien that gets brought back to life by the radiation.
I have seen this.
You have?
Yes.
Isn't it terrible?
I think we rented it back in the 80s.
Well, and it stars a guy named Ben Murphy who plays Professor Douglas McCadden. And this guy has like 92 credits or something. I mean, it's crazy how much stuff he's been in, and he's not known at all. Oh, I'm sorry, he has 68 credits. But he was in some sci-fi stuff, he did some cowboy work. He was on something called Baywatch Nights, and the only reason I remember him from it...
Are you suggesting you didn't watch Baywatch Nights?
Oh, well, I did, but, you know, that, and he was in Silk Stockings. But he was in the TV version of Air America, which I think was horrible. And I remember this because my dad is a retired FBI agent. He was on FBI, The Untold Stories, and my dad knows the agent who he played. So it's kind of a weird tie-in. But he was never in anything else really good. You know, he did some bit parts of stuff. But this movie, you actually see the boom come into the picture several times. The alien is, or the mummy or whatever, is just, it looks like he's riding around on roller skates the whole time because he isn't walking. He's just like gliding along. It is just horrible. I mean, it is terrible, but it is so much fun to watch. And it would have been great on Mystery Science Theater.
Nice. So I was just running the trailer for it, and yeah, I've seen this movie. It's a great trailer too.
It is a great trailer. And I don't think anybody in this is known at all. The love interest or whatever is an actress named Nina Axelrod, who I've never seen her in anything else, I don't think.
Ooh, it stars two people from Assault on Precinct 13.
Oh, yeah, I don't know if star is the right word, but...
Right.
Yes. Yeah. That's a great movie. That's a great bad movie. So, but Nina Axelrod ended up being the casting director in a bunch of different stuff. Nothing really great, but so anyway, that is my contribution to our movies you probably haven't seen
and should.
The four of us could sit down right now, write the script today, shoot it tomorrow, and have the exact same quality as that movie. There's no emotional buy-in with any of the characters. It is a very formulaic movie. It's on a college campus, so you have frat parties, you have kids making out, you have drunks, and
it contains sets that are cheap.
Oh yeah, definitely. And there, even the parts, like my 17-year-old daughter was watching it with me last night, and there's a scene with a baby in it, and she goes, "Does the baby die?" Oh no, the baby doesn't die. This movie is very predictable.
Yeah.
So it's that kind of movie, but it's kind of a fun movie to watch, just because it is so bad and it's so easy to make fun of.
And I've just added it to my watch list.
Oh yeah, you definitely need to watch it.
And Curtis.
Well, I'm so envious of Walt having people to watch.
Oh gosh.
have parties and have fun. Because even if watching the movie wasn't fun, at least he got to watch people have fun, which is far more than you can say about the 2005's Double Down.
Oh, yeah.
Man. Okay, so I don't even...
Explain the plot to Double Down.
I just watched it for the first time last night, so the plot's pretty garbled. There is a computer hacker / bioweapon terrorist?
Yep.
And former spy with biomechanical implants.
Oh, nice.
Who gets hired by, I don't know, I don't remember, someone to shut down the Las Vegas Strip because that's going to do something bad.
Yep.
I like that your description of the plot includes, I don't know.
And also, I think he either actually talks to his dead wife a lot or hallucinates her. And also his parents.
Yep. That sounds about right.
You know what I love about this already? Is that in IMDb it says, director, Neil Breen. Writer, Neil Breen. Stars, Neil Breen. And then when you scroll through the actors in the movie, he is the only one who has an IMDb page that you can go to.
Yeah, they're not actors.
The hands down most memorable moment in this movie is when he confesses his love to his new girlfriend and asks her to marry him, and then she is immediately shot. But that's not even the weird part. The weird part is how he reacts to her being shot. He holds her in his arms and he screams to the heavens, "No!" He doesn't actually say no, he just says, "Arg."
I love being with you. I love you. Will you marry me?
Oh, jeez.
But then he drops her in the pool and holds a bloody orchid and also screams while she just floats face down. He's not like performing CPR or trying to give her any kind of first aid. She's just shot and dead, so now she's just floating face down in the pool while he screams about this bloody flower. But then he joins her. But then he goes over and he floats face down with her for a while.
Oh my gosh.
I remember that scene very, very vividly. And that's the best part of the movie.
Do you think that was something that made sense in his head when he wrote it?
Wait a minute. I mean, you haven't heard about the magic rock?
Oh. Right. That cures cancer.
That cures cancer, right?
And that he loses in his box of empty tuna cans.
What? Okay, now this movie is just confusing.
This movie, I can't decide whether I hate this movie or it's secretly the most brilliant movie ever made.
I think my favorite part of Double Down might be when he goes to assassinate two people and he shoots the wrong people. Right? He realizes it and goes to find the real couple they were supposed to kill, and they have already killed themselves because they know he's coming. But they are sitting upright on a rock looking at the sunset with bullet holes in their foreheads.
They've already killed themselves because they read the script to this movie and knew how bad it was going to be.
I don't want to be in it.
And even better, he has voiceover to explain how good he is at hacking, at being a spy. Governments won't kill him because he has told them that he has secret biological bombs in multiple cities around the world that will go off if he dies.
He has spy satellites, no, just satellites that are constantly raining down a field of lasers around him so that if anyone approaches him, they'll die by having, invisible. I guess, their brains explode. Blood shoots out their ears anyway.
And to connect back to the room, both Neil Breen and Tommy Wiseau, aside from using their movie as an opportunity to have a sex scene, or nude scene with a woman, they both wear black tank tops at one point in the film.
Oh.
We'll hear a couple other bad movies probably through this show that include the same.
Well, and here's the thing. We haven't even really talked about the crazy part of this movie yet.
Oh, I can't wait to hear this.
The whole movie, okay, well, not the whole movie, I'm exaggerating, but mostly the movie is told in voiceover.
Yeah.
It's almost like a silent movie that he just talks all the way through. And it is incomprehensible.
What do you mean? He explains everything. A lot.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Oh, Lord, please let this be on Amazon Prime.
Oh, I wish there was a sequel.
Well, he does have other films.
Oh, yeah.
And if you watch his film Pass Through, which is the only other one I've seen, it is even better in all the worst possible ways.
Oh, my gosh. We may need to do a special episode and review Double Down.
Oh, I just know that I want to get that vest.
Oh, the like blue jean looking vest?
He's got a blue jean vest. And I don't have, I never wrote down the list. I regret doing that. I don't know.
The list of medals he's won? I don't. No.
He's got every medal. He's got every medal and commendation that you can get from the military. And he wears them on this blue jean vest. And.
Well, I see he's got a Purple Heart.
Oh, well, and he tells us about it in a scene that takes about 6 minutes. He tells us what each medal is and how, what it's for. And it's done in the style of a montage of like Arnold Schwarzenegger or somebody arming up.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah, like putting their weapons on and getting ready for the fight. Except for him, it's a blue jean, a cut-off blue jean vest with medals.
That is fantastic.
And I know, like, the easiest cosplay in the world now to do. I even have one of those medals. He called it some other thing that it's not.
Now, I would like to describe the back of the DVD case. A few photos of him in the movie. 2 in the black tank top, 1 in his vest, 1 with no shirt on and blood on his hands. But the description of the movie is very simple. The controversial story of a lone genius who closes down the Las Vegas Strip. The government can't stop him as he reunited with his dead girlfriend each night. That's it.
Wow.
Then there are quotes with no attribution. The winner. Dangerously controversial. Stunning. Desperation.
Wow.
These are the quotes they thought would sell the movie. Desperation.
I will honestly treasure these 3 minutes we had here together, the 4 of us, because of me being able to see this movie.
Oh my gosh. Well, and did they make a book?
No.
Oh.
In one of his movies, the one I haven't seen yet, I think, but I found the clip on YouTube and used it for something else. I edited it together with the scene from The Room. He actually complains about he's a writer and he doesn't want to write any more books because people aren't doing what he wants. So, yeah, he wouldn't write books.
Oh, wow. That was a fantastic pick.
Yeah. I'm not even going to throw out a pick this week because I don't need to.
The blue jean jacket vest doesn't even fit him.
No.
No.
It's like he cut off the sleeves because the jacket didn't fit anymore, and so the vest is still too small.
Well, and having that many medals on it, really weighs it down and affects the fit.
Now, Walt, if the listeners will want to hear more of you, where can they do so?
Well, it would be great and easy for you if you jumped over to thewilderride.com, and from there you can find the past episodes that we have worked on of movies like Young Frankenstein. We just finished Blazing Saddles. Looks like we're about to get going for next year on the Gene Wilder classic Silver Streak. And so Curtis, you need to find a couple minutes, get about 19 pages of notes, and get ready to join us. And the great thing about that one, for the first time, we're going to have him paired with Richard Pryor. And I can't wait to get into that pairing. So come over to thewilderride.com and find all the information there on Alan Sanders and I, and we'd love to have you join us.
Thank you. And Curtis, where can they hear more of you?
Neuromancer is a book, and someone read it out loud. So now I'm going to analyze the book 1 minute at a time with guests, all 293 minutes of it. So if you search Neuromancer Minute on Facebook, you'll find it.
Wait, you're doing it one at a time when it's 293 minutes?
Yep. That's what I'm doing.
Oh my god. You
Wow.
turn it down to like one chapter at a time?
Well, someone's already done a chapter at a time.
Oh, okay. One word at a time.
One word at a time is the next step.
That's next.
Another A, not again.
The next iteration of analyzing movies after movies by minutes is played out as people doing one line of the movie at a time.
I did 1 second at a time for 1 minute of Halloween.
Wow.
That was fun.
I bet.
Because nothing happened in the minute, and so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna slow it down even more.
What about you? What else are you guys working on, you and Allie?
Well, Allison at the moment is just doing this one, but she dropped out again, sound-wise, so I'll say she was on Mean Girls Minute for a while, and now she's doing this one, and I don't know what she plans to do next. I have done Michael Myers Minute, which is about the original Halloween. Dave Made a Minute, which Walt was on. Curtis, were you on that?
Yes, it was. Jason and I were trying to guess it.
Yeah, Jason. Where we looked at Dave Made a Maze, except the people being on the episodes didn't know what movie they were watching. They just got random minutes from me. And then I also have Annihilation Minute, looking at the movie Annihilation, and that one's very dense and very slow. It's just one episode a week. And then there's Mandy Sucks Minute, which is about the movie Mandy and how much it sucks. And then this one.
So it's nothing wrong when people make fun of the project, in this case, The Room.
The Room Minute is a production of Lemming Drops Studio. You can find more content at lemmingdrops.com.
Follow The Room Minute on all the obvious social media. If you've got any stupid comments after the show,
You can leave them in your pocket on Facebook. If you like what you hear, throw us a rating and a review on your podcatcher of choice. Thank you for listening, and remember, if a lot of people loved each other, the world would be a better place to live.
Hi.
Can I help you?
Yeah, can I have a dozen red roses, please?
Oh, hi, Johnny. I didn't know it was you. Here you go.
That's me.